Hello, it's been a while, hasn't it? And today I'd like to talk about a fragrance that was actually derived and inspired by this. This, as you know, is the Grand Dame of Chyprus, Mitsuko, which came out in 1919. It was composed by Jacques Guerlain, and his grandson, Jean Paul Guerlain, composed a Chypre to try to match the legendary status of this one, and he came up in 1975 with Parure, which in French means adornment, including jewelry, as well as intangible aura. So it's an adornment of a woman, and it was allegedly composed by Jean Paul Guerlain for his mother, who loved jewelry. It is a Chypre based on plum, where Mitsuko was based on peach, and it has listed notes of plum, lilac, rose, cypress, amber, oak moss, patchouli, and other notes as well. It opens with a blast of what they call asperidic notes, which includes oil of lemon, orange, and such things, including things like bergamot, which are more familiar in other perfumes from this house. And as you can see, the flacon is very unique. It was actually designed by a sculptor. I think his name was Robert Granay or something, and it was called Slightly Outrageous by the designer of this fragrance, Jean Paul Guerlain. This is the extract. I also have a little tiny little flacon of the extract in a mini version of the flacon that you saw. This is meant to resemble the waves of the ocean beneath a setting sun. I think it does it very well. So it's really a work of art. I never felt confident enough to review this particular fragrance because of its complexity and also its contradictory qualities. It was supposed to be a brighter version of Mitsuko. Mitsuko, as you know, is very dark and very almost melancholic, but this, on the other hand, is supposed to be very bright and supposed to have brightened up and modernized Mitsuko for the then current fashion trends and preferences of women. Right, so I never felt confident enough to review this until I had smelled all the different concentrations. And since I had the extract, and I also purchased a little eau de toilette last year, very small bottle of this, and I also have some of the vintage eau de cologne. After I tried these three, then I felt that I was qualified to do a review of this. And to me, the extract smells of plum liqueur, very rich, very opulent, and just brimming with luxury and a sense of luxuriousness. So it is worn by someone who is very sure of herself or himself, because I feel that this fragrance is unisex. It really can be unisex in these days of sweet fruity fragrances like 1 Million and Dior Homme and other things like that. So it easily is unisex, except there's one problem. It is rather rare, and collectors and vintage lovers are willing to pay very high prices. I was actually very lucky to get this at a very good price. So because I wouldn't spend a few $100s, although that bottle could have easily commanded that price. And I really wanted to try something that was really very sought after by many perfume lovers, and I really feel after trying this that it is really worth the price, because it is just rich and just so complex. You can't begin to tell what the creator of this fragrance had in mind, but he obviously was bent on creating something that was just outrageously opulent and just sparkled like the jewels after which it was named. So it really is a very good adornment, and it gives a woman who wears it a very grand and almost noble aura. So the word parure includes the word aura in English. So very interesting, and this is one of the few scents that smells the same in all the three concentrations. It was never made in the eau de parfum concentration, very unusual. So you can say that I've smelled all three formulations, and it has long been discontinued. This bottle was actually only made for 7 years, and that makes it discontinued after 1982. So it's a very beautiful, very arty kind of flacon, and worth collecting. Should be highly collectible. The scent itself is just full of rose and bursting with oak moss. So as it ages, so if you see vintage bottles that have dark brown juice, chances are the oak moss and the oak moss will have become bitterer. Just like in my bottle of Mitsuko, it's almost bitter, right? So yes, you could say it has decomposed slightly, and the patchouli becomes more earthy. So many reviewers say that Parure is almost leathery, because they are smelling juice that is at least 20 years old. But this, to my mind, is just one of the masterpieces of Jean Paul Guerlain. Just really, really worth every penny that the vintage collectors are bidding on eBay. And if you have a chance to try it, don't miss out on it, because some guys will really love this scent. It is, I get mostly plum. I don't smell much of the lilac, but I do get a lot of the rose. There's probably a little hint of jasmine. There's supposed to be amber and cypress as well, but I do not know what those smell like. But it's very well blended, although some people say that the notes themselves are slightly contradictory. And one reason why it was discontinued, and actually it is one of the rare failures of Jean Paul Guerlain, because it didn't sell very well, possibly because it was just too complex for most women's taste. So this is my review, and do go for it if you have a chance, and thank you for watching.